don't know where to start. So our friends actually like set us up because we were both very like shy, introverted people. And so they're like, oh, you both like each other, you should go out. And so we did. And then we dated for like 2.5 years, but he still lives in Fort Wayne. But he like probably has the credits of like a college freshman and like has no intention of taking a lot of classes or like getting a degree, which like not everybody needs a degree, but he's not looking into like certification or training programs. He's just like a manager at Office Depot. Connor would always be like, oh, I like your hair. And then I'd be like, oh, sorry if it's like in your face, if we're like lying down next to each other or whatever, or like in your mouth. And he'd be like, no, don't be sorry. I like it. Which like, whatever. It's really weird now that I'm like saying it. But like, still anticipating this post-breakup haircut. You know, apparently this whole like self-discovery thing takes more than a year. We're going somewhere into year 2 now.
I think your self-discovery thing is going to last forever.
That's if you do it right.
But I don't want to keep figuring out reasons that I like have problems.
But at that point, you'll be learning new problems that you don't have right now. It'll be fun. For instance, I learned out a control problem that I didn't know about.
How are there still adults in this world? It's been a struggle, okay, Cole?
I'm sure it is.
What a year it's been.
I feel like
What?
nothing's.
I feel like nothing's happened, but like at the same time, everything has changed in my life. My relationship with my family is an interesting one because I grew up with them telling me that they're my family. I'm gonna love them and be stuck with them no matter what. And when my parents die, the only person I'm gonna have left is my sister. And inside, I like internalize that to mean that I can't be loved and I'm not lovable. For like the longest time, I thought that like high anxiety to the point where I'd like want to vomit and I like can't sleep was normal, because like we just didn't talk about that, or just like feeling miserable, not wanting to talk to anyone for like 3 months. Yeah, no, everybody feels that way, is like what I was told. But like it's not normal, and like many people might feel that way, but that doesn't mean we can just like write it off and like ignore it, which is how I was raised. The more time I spent away from my family, the more I realized how like not normal my family was, and like that's not how a family should love you. And like families should love each other and be encouraging and not tearing each other down. So knowing that, it's very weird to go back and see them, because I know I'll never be able to like talk to them about this. But I know that it's a thing. It's really hard not to get sucked into their drama all the time. I'm still like having this identity crisis about turning 20.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I just don't feel like I've done anything.
Let's just say I literally haven't.
I can't pull the teen card anymore, and then I'm closer to graduation.
But you need to chill for like 2 seconds, because just because you're now old doesn't mean like, oh my god, everything's gonna fall apart because I'm now old. Like,
also,
I mean, physically yes, everything will fall apart and
realistically
you'll die,
speaking,
but
I am 25 to 30% done with my life.
wow, so am I.
Oh my god. I know. I
Get
just,
over
like,
it.
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. But yeah, I went to Notre Dame High School, which was a Catholic all-girls high school. It's really shitty, especially in the midst of being in Catholic school, because everyone around you is like, this is our thing, this is what we're here for, this is what we're doing, we're gonna go to church now, we're gonna go to retreat now, we're gonna sing, we're gonna talk about Jesus. But I couldn't just flat out agree with everything I was being told. It's like agreeing with everything you're being told means gays are evil, trans people are evil, you can't believe in anything else outside of these rules, and like you can't enjoy having sex, and you can't not want to have children, and you can't use birth control, which is a reasonable thing. And like, so that I think was one of the main things that would repeat in my mind when I was going through these religion classes and learning all the intricacies of these rules that I was supposed to just accept without really asking, like, is that okay? I go under the umbrella of pagan, new age spirituality. I don't like using those words because everyone's like, huh? It's just like an earth-based spirituality. I think that there is energy in earth and nature and in the world that we can access if we choose to, and that affects us whether or not we choose to. It's complicated, but it's just like there's forces out there that you have access to, but they don't control you, and you don't control them, but they affect you and you affect it in that sort of way.
The first card, this one, is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune as a card is not about fortune and gambling. It's more about cycles and change and growth and movement through time. It seems like you're probably afraid of / leaning heavily on the like autumn, fall, like low point, like empty point. Like I can't do that. That's not part of my cycle. We gotta keep growing, keep moving, keep growing, keep moving all the time. But that's like, as much as the Wheel of Fortune is about growing and changing, it's also about knowing, hey, this time of the cycle is to chillax. Because you can't grow all the time. Like trees rest. So the second one is the Tower. Tower's a fun card. It's everything you've ever known is getting flipped upside down and lit on fire. That can either mean that you are, again, resisting, recognizing that from the ashes things can grow. Or it could mean you are anticipating a tower that's not gonna come. You're like, oh my God, something terrible has to happen. Too much good shit's happened. Everything has to go to shit. But it doesn't have to. You know, like the tower is an important part of growth, but sometimes those change periods are a lot quieter. Yeah, recognize that those resting times don't have to be only after something terrible happens. If you feel like you have reached your wedding, in this sense, that you have hit your 4 of Wands, even if other people are like, you haven't done enough, you haven't done enough, you haven't done enough. If that's the voice around you, hey, I've done all I can do right now. I have to let go of that pursuit right now. I have to go have a fallow period, let myself regenerate a little bit, and then when it comes up again, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to gather knowledge while I rest.
What realism.
Especially because of how obsessive you are.
You're right. I think I was
the universe
what
knows,
next?
The universe knows you have enough drive. It knows you're going to do what you have to do next.
Okay.
You just have to know that sometimes what you have to do next is nothing.
Is to chill. Yeah.
Like, what if I actually wrote that? And then, like, I got it, like, and people were like, hey, we're actually interested in. Like, imagine that. Imagine me going, hey, Mom, good news, bad news, I think. I don't know. We're producing a musical? It's about cakes. Like, what if?
It's a musical about one girl's sexual journey to really find out who she is. It started out as a joke, and now I'm kind of like, this could be a thing.
I think fucked is a group number.
Fucked is in the morgue. Okay.
Okay, well, Wet Dreams is also good if we want to.
Well, that's on ukulele. I'm not gonna write that on a piano. That's wrong. I'm so scared to choose this wrong. I know I only got one chance. I've loved him for so long. For this to be a lasting romance, it needs to be touching. So that's how it goes in the bridge.
I like that, yeah.
I don't think I totally understand why I'm so freaked out about like having a legacy, like why I'm like I need to tie it down now, but I think like anything that I can tie down as soon as I can tie it down, like I want to do. And I think that like I don't know, I don't want to say it's cuz like I have like a weird heart condition, and sometimes I'm like, but I definitely don't know when I'm going to die, so I got to do something right at this moment, like. So I think like that's part of why I'm doing it so intensely already. Every time I talk about it, I'm like, why are you saying this? Like, be quiet. Like, no one can tell, so no one has to know. But essentially, like, I think I don't want people to know that because I don't want to get pity. Like, I don't want my heart thing to be what people know more about me than my work. You know what I mean? My brother is, God, I don't know. He's 17. You know, sometimes I'm like, he's ahead of me. He like has a full-time job and like, you know, as much education as I assume he's gonna get. So I think sometimes I like write things and try to, you know, get as involved as possible. So I'm like, look, I've done more things. I did it first and I did more, which is kind of weird. I definitely push as hard and try to get a legacy and try to get noticed because of my brother. I think the legacy thing is more tied to my heart thing, but the pushing to get noticed thing is the brother thing. What's the number for that therapy?
Summer freaks me out because it's my turn. It's a time record of like, you've already wasted one whole year, and I'm like, whoa, you're right.
Remember, you didn't waste
I didn't
the
waste
year.
it. I didn't
You
waste
spent it as best you could.
You're right,
and
but
now you get to rest.
I especially don't know how long I have, so I'm always like, gotta get things done right now, so that way I can have something. God, you're making me so anxious. I'm always like, I gotta get things done RN, in case I go trademark. You know, it's like well, if I'm gonna possibly die prematurely, then I better possibly get my shit together prematurely. Me not only being quieter because I'm scared, but also because I'm thinking really hard about skip bump.
People
right.
like you, Maddie, and if you would
Yeah.
die, we would be sad.
It'd be sad.
There'd be like a hole in my heart.
I just won.
Oh.
Several knows.
Wow.
Hell yeah!
Thanks.
Well, Mary will yell at me, but I feel like I actually haven't done shit with my life. So,
I'm older than you. Do you think I haven't done anything with my life?
no, you.
I think I've done nothing with my life. So remember, from the inside perspective, you're always gonna think you're not good
You
enough.
wrote a
So stop.
900-page novel.
And you've done so much other shit. Like, chill. Okay, why is just like existing and being happy on the earth not enough of a purpose? Like, who are you pleasing? Sorry, I just feel like I yelled at Alexis too much and I need
That's
to
fair.
apologize. I'm sorry. I love and care for you. That's why I yell at you. I'm not a very good. I would make a bad parent. I would scare my children by yelling at them. I need to stop yelling at you.
When I like have emotions and then people like comfort me, it makes me feel even more self-conscious and then makes me more emotional. So, but I think that also makes me realize that the reason I run so easily and have such a fight is that I'm afraid of letting people get too close. So people get
I'm close.
too close, like.
Sorry.
So when people like get too close, it's like easy for me to be like, I'm out of here. You like see me.
If you're afraid of something, it means something significant is going to happen. And it's okay to be afraid of making that statement as long as you do it anyway.
Oh, today was just a day, and you dealt with it okay. But tomorrow is a boy who needs to run. You've seen it all before, and you've knocked on all the doors. But tomorrow is a funny looking one. Oh, everything is about to change, but I say, bring it closer to me. Oh, it's coming soon, like the spinning of the moon. In truth, it is already happening. Think back to the start, when we sang with bolder hearts, and the darkness wasn't even bothering. Oh, everything is about to change, but I say, bring it closer to me. Bring the storm and the blows, and everything it knows, and I say, bring it closer to me. Oh, hope it was a bird that flew till it was heard and landed in a corner of her mind. Oh, I'll get what I'll get, and we ain't seen nothing yet, and no one has ever glanced the other side. Oh, everything is about to change, but I'd say bring it closer to me. bring the time and the space and the lost forgotten place, and I say bring it closer to me. Today was just a day and you dealt with it okay, but tomorrow is a boy who needs to run. Oh, everything is about to change, but I say bring it closer to me.